Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but sometimes playing a poor hand well. Mercy did not exist in the primordial life. It was misunderstood for fear, and such misunderstandings made for death. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. But I am I, and I won't subordinate my taste to the unanimous judgment of mankind. I would rather be ashes than dust. I would rather that my spark should burn out in a brilliant blaze than it should be stifled by dry rot. I would rather be a superb meteor, every atom of me in magnificent glow, than a sleepy, impermanent planet. The function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days trying to prolong them. I shall use my time. A good joke will sell quicker than a good poem, and, measured in sweat and blood, will bring better remuneration. You look back and see how hard you worked, and how poor you were, and how desperately anxious you were to succeed, and all you can remember is how happy you were. In a saturated population, life is always cheap. Fear urged him to go back, but growth drove him on. There's only one way to make a beginning, and that is to begin, and begin with hard work and patience, prepared for all the disappointments. Having no new companions, nothing remained for him but to read. The most beautiful stories always start with wreckage. The scab is a traitor to his God, his mother, and his class. Pursuit and possession are accompanied by states of consciousness, so wide apart that they can never be united. Intelligent men are cruel. Stupid men are monstrously cruel. Affluence means influence. I would rather be ashes than dust. The proper function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days in trying to prolong them. I shall use my time. Deep in the forest a call was sounding, and as often as he heard this call, mysteriously thrilling and luring, he felt compelled to turn his back upon the fire and the beaten earth around it, and to plunge into the forest, and on, he knew not where or why, nor did he wonder where or why, the call sounding imperiously, deep in the forest. I believe that when I am dead, I am dead. I believe that with my death, I am just as much obliterated as the last mosquito you and I squashed. I would rather that my spark should burn out in a brilliant blaze than it should be stifled by dry rot. The greatest of the arts is the conquering of men. Love cannot in its very nature be peaceful or content. It is a restlessness, an unsatisfaction. I can grant a lasting love, just as I can grant a lasting unsatisfaction, but the lasting love cannot be coupled with possession, for love is pain and desire, and possession is easement and fulfillment. Desire is a pain which seeks easement through possession. One cannot violate the promptings of one's nature without having that nature recoil upon itself. Age is never so old as youth would measure it. He was a silent fury, who no torment could tame. Man rarely places a proper valuation upon his womankind, at least not until deprived of them. And how have I lived? Frankly and openly, though crudely. I have not been afraid of life. I have not shrunk from it. I have taken it for what it was at its own valuation, and I have not been ashamed of it. Just as it was mine. Not all the monsters have fangs. To be able to forget means sanity. The aim of life was meat. Life itself was meat. Life lived on life. There were the eaters and the eaten. The word is too weak. There is no word in the language strong enough to describe my feelings. Life, in a sense, is living and surviving. And all that makes for living and surviving is good. He who follows the fact cannot go astray, while he who has no reverence for the fact wanders afar. If cash comes with fame, come fame. If cash comes without fame, come cash. The ghostly winter silence had given way to the great spring murmur of awakening life. Socialism, when the last word is said, is merely a new economic and political system whereby more men can get food to eat. A bone to the dog is not charity. Charity is the bone shared with the dog when you are just as hungry as the dog. A man with a club is a lawmaker. Everything is good as long as it is unpossessed. Satiety and possession are death's horses, they run and span. Don't loaf and invite inspiration. Light out after it with a club, and if you don't get it, you will nonetheless get something that looks remarkably like it. I would rather be a superb meteor, every atom of me in magnificent glow, than a sleepy, impermanent planet. Darn the wheel of the world. Why must it continually turn over? Where's the reverse gear? The function of man is to live, not to exist. The wild still lingered in him, and the wolf in him merely slept. I'd rather sing one wild song and burst my heart with it than live 1,000 years watching my digestion and being afraid of the wet. Kill or be killed, eat or be eaten, was the law, and this mandate, down out of the depths of time. I do not live for what the world thinks of me, but for what I think of myself. Don't write too much. Concentrate your sweat on one story, rather than dissipate it over a dozen. Show me a man with a tattoo, and I'll show you a man with an interesting past. Life is so short. I would rather sing one song than interpret 1,000. Limited minds can recognize limitations only in others. Some sorts of truth are truer than others. It is so much easier to live placidly and complacently. Of course, to live placidly and complacently is not to live at all.